Pikachu, Thunderbolt!
Yeah. Senpai in his fucking mental. This 2D over 3D shit is simple.
Hey guys, what is up? Digimon here, back here with another top 10 video, and today's top 10 video is going to be the top 10 kid anime. You know, anime primarily aimed at kids, which doesn't mean that an older audience can't enjoy them. So why am I making this list? Well, I was just kind of feeling nostalgic, and I didn't really see too many anime lists like this, so it's kind of original. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started with my top 10 kid anime. At number 10, Blue Dragon. Now, I honestly don't remember too much about this series, but I do remember starting to really get into it and started wondering what type of story was going to unfold when I first started watching this on Cartoon Network. But from what I can remember, Cartoon Network didn't show a lot of episodes, but I recently found out that the first season, which is like 52 episodes, is all English dub. So maybe one day, if I feel like it, I'll go back and rewatch this series, or at least the first season. And for those wondering, this anime is about a group of friends with the ability that lets them transform their shadows into powerful monsters. The main character, Shu, receives one of the most powerful monsters, a blue dragon, and they all set out on a journey to defeat their enemies and the bad guys and whatnot. And I have to say that the song they got for the opening is pretty good. At number 9, Bakugan. Bakugan came out around the time I started growing out of kid-type anime, and the only reason why I ended up watching this show as much as I did was because of my brother. But the thing is, this show wasn't half bad, at least for its first couple of seasons, but then it kept going, and going, and going. And for those that don't know, the best way I can explain Bakugan is that it's kind of like a fusion between Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Here, let Dan explain it.
Changed one day when all these random cards started raining down everywhere. At first they seemed harmless enough, so a bunch of us kids invented this cool new game. That's when we realized those cards weren't so harmless after all. They were packed with incredible powers from another world.
What are you gonna do? The odds are stacked against you. Back against the wall, gotta give it your all.
Man, that opening isn't half bad. At number 8, Metabots. Another anime I don't remember too much of, but I know I loved it. Funny story, when I was a kid, I thought the main character was a girl up until one of the side characters looked like they were going in for a kiss, but they just ended up giving him a headbutt, and that's when I found out the main character was a boy. So, this anime centers around Metabots, artificially intelligent robots whose purpose is to serve humans. The series begins with a 10-year-old boy who wants to become a champion of the World Roll Battle Tournament. So, he buys an outdated model that is named Metalbee, and with a bit of luck he finds a medal in a river, which is something you need to put in a Metabot to get it to work. He quickly inserts it into Metalbee, and that is where our story begins. And of course, the story becomes bigger than them just winning some tournament. And guess what? This is another anime with another great opening. Number 7, Beyblades! Yes, the concept of the show was pretty dumb. I mean, fighting, spinning tops, but man, did I not buy into this show as a kid. I mean, who didn't like this show as a kid? So for those that don't know, this show is about a team of kids called the Bay Breakers that participate in different Beyblade tournaments from around the world to test their skills and become the best of the best, from China to the United States to Europe. Of course, the story becomes more than just them participating in tournaments as the story continues. And I kind of like the last show, and man, I ate this show up as a kid once again, and man, that opening is pretty nostalgic. At number 6, Mare. It was love at first sight when it comes to this anime. Well, it was love by the end of the first episode, but you guys know what I mean. Or should I say I was in love with Dorothy, the witch. No, I was in love with the anime too. Well, this anime is about Ginta, a 14-year-old junior high student who is portrayed as your typical video game geek. One day, and without warning, he finds himself summoned to the mysterious world of Mayor Heaven, which he has only seen in his dreams. In this fairy tale world, Ginta's physical weaknesses are replaced with superior physical strength, incredible stamina, and endurance, and also being able to see without his glasses. He finds out that in this world they use these things called arms to fight each other. He gets his hands on a powerful one named Babo, and from there he finds out that Mayor Heaven isn't as peaceful as he thinks it is, and that this evil group called the Chess Pieces plan on taking over Mayor Heaven. So Ginta and his comrades set off to stop them. It's a pretty basic shonen, but I love it.
At number 5.
Code Lyoko. This is another show that I absolutely loved as a kid, and yes, this isn't technically an anime because I think it was made in France, but I don't care, this is my list. Code Lyoko tells the story of 4 boarding school students named Odd, Ulrich, Yumi, and Jeremy who discover an artificial intelligent unit named Aelita, who is the sole inhabitant of a digital world known as Lyoko. An evil program of this supercomputer that houses Lyoko, Xena, plots for reasons unknown on destroying all humans on our fair planet. Xena attacks Earth by using towers to hack into electronic devices, possesses objects, or takes control of non-sentient organisms. Our 4 heroes must then go into the digital world of Lyoko to ask Aelita to these active towers to where she deactivates it and saves humanity in the process. Xena develops many different strategies to try to kill our heroes, such as making them listen to music that makes people go into comas and die, trying to send 2 trains carrying poisonous chemicals at each other, and various other schemes. During this time, the main characters deal with their school lives, fall in love, become rivals, go crazy, and generally deal with their split lives. This anime is very formulaic, but I love it nonetheless, and it has to have one of my favorite theme songs ever.
Here we are, going far to save all that we love today. Make evil go away.
At number 4.
Pokemon, or is it Pokemon? I don't know. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because everybody knows what Pokemon is and why people love it. So let's talk about my relationship with it today. Well, I don't keep up with it religiously like I did when I was a kid. In fact, I stopped really caring about keeping up with the episodes around halfway through Diamond and Pearl. But excuse me. But every once in a while, if I wake up on a Saturday morning and nothing else is on, I'll check out the latest episode of Pokemon.
At 3.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Another show that doesn't need any introduction because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a show about people playing a children's card game to determine the fate of the world. And I kinda hate to admit this, but as much as I love the original Yu-Gi-Oh! I think I like the GX series the best. I mean, get your game on. I did like the first 30 episodes of 5Ds, but after that I really started falling out of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm pretty sure if I went back and tried to watch the original Yu-Gi-Oh! It would be a pain in the butt. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Still has a special place in my heart.
At number 2.
Zatch Bell! You know who's got the power. You know who's got to cast that spell. So the plot of this show is 100 Momoto go to Earth every 1,000 years to battle to be the king of the Momoto world. Each Momoto needs a human partner in order to use his or her spellbook, a book that seals the power of the Momoto. When read aloud, the spells are cast by the Momoto, producing many different effects. If the spell book is burnt, the Momoto is forced to return to the Momoto world, and they lose all claim to the position of Momoto King. While the spells in each book are typically different from each other, some Momoto saying the same spell, like Zatch Bell and his evil twin brother Xeno Bell. The human and the Momoto gain different spells through experience and hard work. The last Momoto standing without their book being burnt becomes a Momoto King. So our story follows a human named Kyo as he helps Zatch become the Momoto King. This is just an action-packed anime with a great story. The sad thing is I never finished the anime because they stopped dubbing it, but maybe like Blue Dragon I might finish it, who knows.
And my number 1.
They say that my rise to the top.
Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digimon are our champions, particularly the 3rd season of Digimon Tamers. I like the original first 2 seasons, and I liked Frontier, which I think is what they call the 4th season. But the 3rd season has to be the best. It had the best story, it was a little bit darker than the other seasons of Digimon, it took itself a little more seriously, and I just loved it. I could go into more detail, but I think this video has gone on long enough. So I hope you guys enjoyed my top 10 kid anime list. Do you guys agree with me? Did I overlook an anime? Because I probably did. Please leave your comments down below. And if you guys like this video, like the video. And if you guys like me, subscribe to me. And as always, this is DBG the Man, and I'll catch y'all next time.